70s. So the youngsters from Noordgesig and Mafodim Patlele School have retreated down the tunnel, and we'll learn of the lineups here. The Pirates making four changes from the side that won against Chiefs a week ago. Melusi Buthelezi is in goal, with incumbent Sipho Chain afforded compassionate leave following the untimely passing of his mother. All today's changes come in the defense. Kosinati Sabisi replaces an ill Olisenda. Innocent Mayele is drafted in for Dion Hotto, who sits on the bench. And surprise derby inclusion, Tabitso Lebitso can't build on the momentum of his goal in that game. He is suspended today. Tabiso Munyane comes in at right back. And now we rely on the 2020 vision of Brian Mate to take us through the formations.
They want to play their level of football, Orlando Pirates. It's more attacking with Tabiso Munyane, Innocent Mayela, Monna Pule Saleh, there's Mufuke. And that's the strength that they have. Of course, their point of reference this afternoon is Sehofatso Mabaso. The support, it's Makesene Makaula pulling the strength in that center midfield.
Here's the team they line up against, and there's just a couple of changes from the Hungry Lions side that suffered a painful defeat away to Tuks 8 days ago. Goalkeeper Ephraim Motobidi is actually a Buccaneers youth product. He drops to the bench. Glenn Bikes takes his place. Bikes was the man in goal for the first round win over JDR and December's qualifier against Keswick Stars, so he's very much the cup keeper this season, and he kept a clean sheet in both of those matches. The only outfield change sees Kagiso Ndlovu make way for Tidiso Masisi in the midfield.
They want to play much more disciplined in terms of their approach. Tidiso is also going to pull the strings. It's Jackson Dondolo who's going to be played more the attacking role to link up with Tlogelo Pito.
So our match officials today, a 34-year-old from the Free State, Tidiso Mkwanazi, is the man in charge of proceedings. He'll be assisted by Given Itlaka and Brian Kanyako. Jimmy Kapola is our fourth official for this very intriguing cup tie. So today's visitors have actually only previously been to the stage in the competition once, but Jose Rivero has still opted to name a very strong Orlando Pirates side as he looks to progress, so he's not underestimating the relative minnows in today's game. Henry Basi is the nephew of the man who founded this club well over 4 decades ago, and what a tremendous job he's done as coach since this side entered the professional ranks. They've never been beyond this stage. They have Hungry Lions, but there is of course a blueprint for success as they get us underway. That's previous minnows in this competition up against the big guns have shocked the nation in the past. It is the Cup of Dreams, of course, and today it's the turn of Hungry Lions to try and disturb the status quo here, Brian Mate. But just if you also look not only at the relative strength of these two sides, but the momentum that they come into the game with, and everything suggests that Orlando Pirates should cruise. They showed such good fighting spirit against Kaizer Chiefs to come from behind twice and win a dramatic derby. Hungry Lions promotion push was actually dealt a bit of a blow last weekend, or Friday last week, as they squandered a lead against 10-man Tuks and went down 2-1. And we know in the cup it's an entirely different beast. The form and favourites tags all fall away. Orlando Pirates are on the front foot early with the exciting William Mofokeng, who did score in the first round of the competition. Ball given away but quickly retrieved once again for Orlando Pirates, and after a breathless start, Brian Mate will finally have a chance to share his thoughts.
Tension on the Orlando Pirates side to try and get an early goal, but then again Hungry Lions wants to maintain their structure, and to add to what you're saying, the coach was saying, so they want to play their level of football, maintain the level of consistency. Of course, that's at the back of the victory that they've had in the derby. Here's a man who has been very consistent, Maswanga.
Well, it worked it down to the flank where Innocent Mayela is not able to produce any kind of delivery from out wide. So that will be confidence boosting for Moreno Monoheng as he just alleviates any danger on that flank. Monoheng, by the way, is the only player in the Hungry Lions squad that has featured in every single one of their championship matches so far. Kuznats in your shot. He's partnering Tapela Kloki for the 12th time at centre half in all competitions this season. He's been very consistent, but often he's been alongside Nda.
Yeah, I think they've been weaved into a good combination. Whether Toki is there, and then you have as well the consistency of Sibisi, who from time to time has been out because of injuries. When they tend to rotate, there's also Nda that can come in.
So they do possess a threat from these long throws, and Buthelezi appeared to just touch that around the post, but it will be a goal kick. Buthelezi hasn't played since last year. That demoralizing defeat to Stellenbosch right here at the Orlando Stadium came from 2 goals down to win 3-2. Managed to hit 3 goals in the space of about 8 minutes in that game. Orlando Pirates hadn't conceded it in almost 6 hours at home before they conceded that flurry of goals. They had conceded only 1 in their previous 7 games in all competitions before they faced Stellenbosch, so it's a defeat that really wouldn't have pleased the fans all too much, considering how well they generally do here at home. Try and profit from the second ball, and the flag has been raised.
Now you're talking about the Stellenbosch who were ruthless last night.
Yeah.
Good posture.
Yeah, if Milford thought that their cup dream could continue, as we take another look at that call, was the offside maybe from the previous?
I think it's more the
previous.
Yeah. Because this does not look offside at all.
There is Kloki trying to pick out the man who wears the captain's armband today, the club captain Innocent Mayela, although we've become accustomed more often to seeing Kloki wearing the armband, playing more frequently than Mayela does these days.
The good thing about this Pirates defense, it's full of leaders.
Makaula's ball forward. That flag's been raised for an offside against Monapule Saleng.
You had Toki wearing the captain's armband, Mazulu Sibisi at some point, Golden Arrows.
Yeah.
We have Mayela, who's been wearing it here at Orlando Pirates.
Forward, danger not fully clear just yet, and there might be an opportunity on here for Tlotleko Pitso. He has been dispossessed, came through Mamelodi Sundowns production line, did Pitso.
Hungry Lions very much intent to stop Pirates' dominance in the midfield, quickly trying to close the influential players. On the Pirate side, of course, we are talking about...
Could be fairly serious.
Now, he had to come out. He was forced to come out because of a most dangerous pass that was made earlier. Jackson Dondolo, watch this pass. It unlocks the defense, and the keeper had no choice. It's the sort of pass that beats 3 players. That line was beaten.
That's Raymond Daniels, comes from the blind side, and luckily hasn't caught it with any studs. It's just the shin to the side of the head, but still a lot of force involved there. He was running at full tilt. The man who is Hungry Lions' top goal scorer in the league so far this season, with 8 goals. He's 3 behind the leading scorer in the championship. Prince Khumalo has 11. Milton was there also with 11 goals at this stage.
So we know the influence and the capabilities of the captain himself. We're talking about Innocent Mayela, his ability to search forward. But when he loses the ball, there has to be cover. If you look at that pass that was played earlier on, it was unlocking the defense. A big boy says, I'm okay.
Yep.
Ready to go on.
Well, on the touchline, Tyne Damons is just having a word with Richard Ofori in case, of course, he had to come on at this early stage in the game, but no need. Suputulezi showing that he's no worse for wear. That's ball downfield. 4th in the goal scoring charts in the championship is Raymond Daniels, as we just expanded on a little bit earlier. What's remarkable though is he has 8 goals this season, as almost conjure another opportunity there. Jan Modise running onto the ball in behind. Man who's not frequently among the goals, just one this season in the championship right at the beginning of the campaign, and they got the better of Tuks at home. Of course, their most recent match was against Tuks away, and yeah, one that they want to forget as quickly as possible.
Brilliant reading of the game, but then again, if you are Mabasa, you've got to time the run. But good vision there from Mofokeng.
Mofokeng opened his account for the season in the cup game, and they managed to get his first league goal 2 matches back in the draw at home with Cape Town Spurs.
That right-hand side for Hungry Lions, they want to utilize it effectively. Perhaps they know the strength of Mayela in going forward, and they're going to try and play the ball behind him. Don't dive, Samir. These boys are skillful.
Speaking of skill, here is Patrick Masangai. Monopole Saleh. It's an overhead cross from deep from Saleh, who was the hero in the Soweto derby last weekend, having really not produced the same kind of quality over the course of this season as he did last campaign, but against Kaizer Chiefs it was absolutely sensational, and the man who scored the winner in that 5-goal thriller, one of the best derbies in recent memories.
Yeah, and that sort of performance, and I think that part of the reason the coach would give him the starting, to get him to be in the starting lineup, it sort of helps in terms of boosting the confidence. I can imagine how tough it has been for him to reproduce the kind of performance that is shown to be actually selected as the player of the season.
Okay. Too much on that. Attempted pass for Innocent Mayela, who's had signals towards the centre half, just telling him to slow it down a little bit. Miguel Tim had availed himself. He decided to skip him. Lovely evening spectacle here in the fading sun, the Orlando Stadium. Well, Pirates by this stage in their first round clash with Crystal Lake were already 3 goals up. Said Dar forced home the first, although it was eventually credited as an own goal to Pelopkonki with a penalty, and then Mufokeng scoring their third. Crystal Lake did well to just limit the scoreline to 6 by the end of 19 minutes. There's Miguel Tim. Mufokeng. Back to Tim. He loses out. Mufokeng's won it once again. His pass to Mabasa not quite accurate enough.
I think we see more intent from both teams once they lose the ball, how quickly to want to regain advantage. And sometimes if you can't, you resort to little means to just interrupt the flow.
A young man with bags of talent is Mufokeng. Here he is again. That's lovely. Sangani loses out in that battle. This is 23-year-old Kerwin Peters, who's sprayed it out here to Jan Morise. Takes on Munyane. Is able to recover in time to make the challenge. This is Raymond Daniels now. Tracked by Maela. Into space for Bakalise, and he's lost out. A towering midfielder. He turns 27 next month.
They're such an elegant team. If you have that sort of pass that we saw earlier on by Raymond Peters. When you see a player, carry out a pass like that, it just shows the level of confidence.
Yep.
And his ability.
Oh, you're talking about that pass from Kerwin Peters.
Yeah.
He's a well-developed player. He came through Chippa United Academy. He's only 23 years old. He's the left fullback who stands over the ball now for Henry Bassi's side. Sabisi takes care of that. Maswangani. Quickly to Mufokeng. Maela charging forward to try and create an option, but they go directly over the top. And quickly off his line is Glenn Bankis. 23-year-old born in Mpumalanga, could have some work to do here. A ball taken away from Monopule Saleng. That will be a free kick for the Buccaneers.
The captain, Kabogelo Mokhotane. Special attention on Monakolo Saleng. He knows what he's capable of. He knew he was a couple of seconds late and he had to commit that sort of tackle. But there is danger because the same man that he fouled can be deadly on dead ball situations.
Yeah. A rather rash challenge from Mokhotlane, who initially got the ball and then just plowed through the back of Saleng. He's been such a great servant of Hungry Lions, though, has Mokhotlane. Played for them since joining Free State Stars in all 3 of their seasons in the championship, including this, and he's been virtually ever present. Several players standing over this ball. Just considering the distance out from goal, it might be nice to see Tapela Koki call upon some of
the players that we're seeing there have a very good CV in terms of conversion of this sort of dead ball situation.
In the previous round, one from the penalty spot, the other simple finish at the back post. Oh, the wall would tremble in fear whenever he would step up for these clad in green.
My guess.
Take it here.
My guess. It's going on the right hand side of the keeper.
Great opportunity for the Buccaneers. It's into the wall from Koki. Picked up then by Mufokeng. And they'll get a corner out of the equation.
Couldn't get the elevation that he needed, Koki. I think one of the best that he's ever scored for me was when he was still at Amazon.
danger from this set piece. Swung in well, but defended excellently. Saleng takes that all the way back to Buthelezi. And the Pirates, 9-time winners of the National Cup, second behind only Kaizer Chiefs. The PSL era, they've won 4, their most recent being last season. As I mentioned prior to kickoff, they have never managed to defend the title in the PSL era. They last did that back in the 70s when they won it 3 times in a row, 73, 74 and 75. Orlando Pirates naturally bossing possession here at the Orlando Stadium.
I think in that 70s, the man that was the captain at the time, I could be wrong, but it was Brashevis Mashaba.
CDC. Mayela. Fucking fighting hard to keep it alive for Orlando Pirates. Hungry Lions do come into this match on the back of a defeat to Tuks only once this season. Have they lost successive games? And they're yet to lose back-to-back games away from home this term, but they've been carved open here. Oh, and it's so unlucky. Well, they nicked the ball away at the last possible seconds, and off the boots of one of their own, it flies in, and Orlando Pirates hit the front.
Well, they say the best team sometimes might not be playing the best football, but they can have that ability to force matters and get the opponents to commit mistakes. And that's what we've seen with Orlando Pirates. A ball that was aimed at one of their players, but watch what happens next. In recovery, then it results in an own goal. In the quest to get the defense organized because they were seconds late, and they score an own goal. Unlucky, young man. Unlucky.
So Morena Moraing scores in the wrong net, and for the second round running, Orlando Pirates go ahead through an own goal. That one, a rather spectacular OG from Hungry Lions, only ever-present player in the championship this season. Miguel Tim won it, but only for a second.
The boot has come off. Guraf in that midfield. Slipping on the ankles. Guraf slipped on the ankle.
Special battle developing between the two men wearing number 4.
Yeah, direct to the Achilles. Guraf.
Just 23 years of age, Tito Masisi, tidy player in the midfield. Now from the free kick, it's a little muddled in attack, with the big men up from the back. Takes it away from them, doesn't it?
It does. But again, when you look at defense from Pirates, it didn't look convincing at all to deal with that ball.
I think Orlando Pirates always knew that progression past this stage. Wouldn't be as easy as it was in the first round, but they are making it look effortless right now. Monyane, who does love to burst down the flank and have a shot, should probably have tried to pull it back from one of his teammates. And quite a few advancing into the 18-yard area.
He would be the first to admit that that's not his best, because we've seen his best. He gets into a good position. It's just the execution in the end. But he's the type that can offer you a cross, but also can be tricky in trying to go for glory himself when he gets into those sort of areas.
Receiving the ball over the top, and in the end can't do anything with it.
I am worried for Paris' sake, because a couple of times we've seen the defense being bypassed with the sort of balls that has been played. This one, of course, was a dead ball situation, but they need to be very careful. The two centre-back pairing of Koki and Sibisi has been bypassed.
Okay. Locating Saleng. There's Miguel Tim. Masongani. Peters does well. Amasisi. Tim gets a foot in. Masisi ultimately wins the battle, and again they look to put it in behind. This time Maela's there first. But the runs made by Jan Modise are causing a few problems in this first period.
It's a game plan. Most of the attacks thus far has been on that right-hand side.
Yeah. Opportunity here on the right-hand side. Sibisi deals with it. Came through their first round obligation unscathed, 6-0 winners over Crystal Lake. So often though they have made it past the first rounds in the PSL era. In fact, only one outright defeat. That's horrible upset back in, horrible from a Buccaneers perspective, back in 2013 against Free State third-tier side Maluti FET. Otherwise, the other three first-round exits have all been on penalties. In 2008 to Santos, more recently to Black Leopards and Wits in 2019 and 2020. But at this particular stage, the last 16, they also have a fairly good record, beating around a 16 for a 23rd time in the PSL era, and including wins and losses on penalties. They've won 14 and lost 8. As Hungry Lions fans continue to belt out support for their side, hoping to spring the ultimate upset. Nicely done. It's a strong run here from Raymond Daniels, who switched flanks. Eventually tried to take on too much responsibility himself. Now Miguel Tim looked to set Monapule Saleng on his way. Saleng. Oh! Well, he sold Mokhotlane down the river, but then couldn't latch back onto it.
Now, see me now, see me no more. Watch this. Yeah? Lucky. One of the goals that he scored when he was on fire with Nedbank, in fact, I think it was an empty against Sundowns, where he cuts inside. I think it was up against Anti-Chad. Cuts inside, and he scores one of the most beautiful goals.
Well, that's why we thought he was going to take on the shot. They're talking about the 3-0 win after Bulugwani, MTN8 last season.
Yeah. A bit rattled. Hungry Lions. Playing in patches, they look very organized. Haven't lost it, but not as aggressive as they were. This game started, Pirates slowing things down. Of course, the experience is kicking in to try and manage these leads, wait for the right moments. That's exactly what they wanted to do, dictate play.
Approaching the half-hour mark here at the Orlando Stadium. Buccaneers up courtesy of an own goal. The flag was raised against Mabasa. He came off the bench in the first round against Crystal Lake to net his first since arriving back at the club on his loan at Swallows. So for the foul on Jan Modise, it's Innocent Mayela into the book. Nosongan. Oh, it's a lovely ball. There's Saleng up against Peters. And Saleng looks to hang it up. No one there.
Now my question would be, as he was going down the line, you know, there's this thing of just a quick glance as to who is on the far post before you actually play it across. You know, it comes with repetition and maturity. Those are some of the additional elements that he needs to inject in that quality that he's got.
Well, just a single goal attempt. Can't find Flipper for Pizza.
I like his football brain. Rowan Peters. He had an option to play it on the far left-hand side, but he realized that if he plays straight onto his teammate, who's not very far from the box, there's possibilities.
Sliding intervention on the flank from Monaheng. Really nicely done by Mufokeng. Oh, that's one Ganya stuck in her foot, and I guess it was there to be played by someone.
Something happened on the far side.
Yeah, Monopole Saleng not particularly happy. His first goal against Chiefs over last weekend was the 100th under Jose Rivero. Took charge of the Buccaneers, so probably fitting that Monopole Saleng is the man to bring up a century of goals. And the Buccaneers coach has already led them to so much cup glory.
And sometimes certain players that needs an exclusive occasion to bounce back, been struggling with form and to be introduced and play against or in a derby. Tends to bring the best.
Munyani sets Saleng on his way. Masongan sees the space, locates Mayela. Now Hungry Lions come away with it through Jan Modise. Miguel Tim is in pursuit. Modise has just about kept that alive. It's a lovely, lovely challenge from Tim.
Lovely challenge, but I'll tell you, I think that ball was out.
Oh man,
that ball was out. But let's leave the ball that was out. This was for me a desperate challenge by Miguel Tim because of his positioning, and he realized that he wasn't going to match the young man for pace.
Yeah, true. But also that he took his foot off the gas momentarily as he appealed for the ball going out. So he had to make what was rather a despairing lunge, but an accurate one in the end. Pressure still on. Now they get it away to the Buccaneers, who in the first round recorded their biggest win in any competition since 2004's league victory over Ajax, 6-0 win in which our very own Pamuzo Manenge scored a couple of goals. The biggest win in the National Cup though since all the way back in 1999, that 9-goal win over Olympics in the bobsleigh Super Bowl. So a fairly historic scoreline for Orlando Pirates last time out in this competition. There's a foul against Sibis.
That's experience unfolding there. Realized that he was a couple of seconds late. He's getting booked now. Miguel Tim.
Miguel Tim just interfering with players. Hungry Lions trying to take that free kick quickly, so he's into the referee's book. Remember that he missed the first round of the Nedbank Cup because he had been suspended in that match away to Mamelodi Sundowns on the resumption of the DSTV Premiership last month. The head of Mokitlani and out.
Still not out of it. Of course, they scored an own goal. They've got to try and repackage themselves and come out positively and try and make this much more exciting encounters. I think so far Pirates are dictating temps. Now, the question would be, the way Hungry Lions is playing is that's how they started. Now you've conceded. Do you stay with the same compact nature of cluttering things in the midfield, or do you take risk and push forward more? It's a knockout game. You're likely to risk it.
Oh, cleverly done. And picked off by Tlotleko Pizzo. Now the race is on. This man has pace. Daniels. And the shot is tame. Buthelezi deals with that comfortably. And it's another moment where they're able to get the ball in behind and catch Pirates out.
But that's where they're more on that right-hand side where Mayela is operating. And a lot of times he's trying to catch up, and this time around it's Sebese that was trying to bail him out.
And we have our first shot on target within the final 10 minutes of this first half. out wide by Miguel Tim. Saleng gets it back from Makola. Tim. There's Munyane. Needs to get the cross in. Just enough pressure on him from Kerwin Peters. And it's behind. Oh, there's a man who used to run right. Bloemfontein Celtic legend, Moses Bandiel. And actually still playing for Hungry Lions as they tried to come up through the amateur ranks and into the professional ranks. Now, assistant coach to Henry Bassi. I think he's had on the attacking patterns that they've implemented today with the way they've tried to get it out to the wings and use the pace and get in behind.
A whole lot. I think the proudest moment for me is to see a sprinkling of the former Celtics players within the PSL. And I'm saying this because if you look at a Royal AM, there's Celtics there. Spandiel, what a player.
Oh, he's 43 years of age now, was still playing at the age of 40, 41, not so long ago. Miguel Tim, Gaula, it's a loose touch from usually a very reliable midfield veteran, and now Hungry Lions trying to get on the front foot once again. A little more patient with their build-up here than Modise. Eventually cleared away by Makola. And the Pirates today opening the scoring for the 20th time in all competitions this season. And when they have done so, they've won 14 times, drawn 3. 2 losses though, just before the turn of the year, before Christmas and before New Year's against Supersport and Stellenbosch, where they scored first and went on to lose. There's an issue here.
Yeah.
Maybe as he made that clearance not so long ago.
Let's have a look. Clears the ball. Did he throw something as he was clearing the ball?
Oh, what's happening here?
Doesn't look good. It just doesn't look. It just doesn't look good.
Get the medical staff on. Get
staff.
them on.
Prayers. In this sort of situations, I always call for prayer.
World football, unfortunately, has been subject to so many distressing scenes on the pitch over the last few years.
Yeah.
We're really hoping for the best up here.
We've had that history, like you've mentioned, in England. Boys getting some coaching. There's definitely going to be a change in the Orlando Pirates side. I'll tell you now who is going to come on.
Yeah, that's Talent Mbata.
Talent Mbata. Prayers goes to that hardcore man. He's a real fighter. Always trusted him and his commanding nature in that midfield. He is in good hands. He is also a fighter of note.
Just waiting along with you at home to learn any new information. I feel wrong in this moment just to talk about the game, the football, the stats. We just want to know that he is on.
He is okay.
Surprisingly, a hefty chunk of stoppage time. Of course, concerned faces all around the Orlando Stadium. They've got him on the oxygen, and he's in great hands now. They will take him to receive even more treatment and get the right treatment as swiftly as possible. It was very, very disturbing to see him convulse in the way that he did. So Orlando Pirates have made the switch, and as difficult as it may be in this moment, we will turn our attention back to the football, to Nedbank going on for the stricken Makaula, and we wish him the very best. Our prayers with him as he goes down the tunnel.
Now, in situations like this, as players, you've got to regroup. Individually, you've got to psych yourself, you've got to repackage the emotions. There's business to be done. If you are Pirates, you've seen the situation, you've got to do it for him. And we know, like I said, he's a fighter.
Bata receiving from Mufokeng out to Mayela. That's a firm pass from Talent Bata to find Saleng. Good hassling from Raymond Daniels, former NC Pros man who had previously appeared in the Nedbank Cup before he found his way to Hungry Lions with the NC Pros. A little sloppy. As Glenn Bikes, he'll turn 24 later this month. Man who came through the Mamelodi Sundowns development. Now good strength shown, and goes down, does Pizzo, right inside the 18-yard area, but not enough of a challenge on him to warrant any further action, the referee feels. And there's a hand on the shoulder.
There is definitely
grazes his shoulder.
Yes.
Now down the other end, Monopule Saleng taking on the Hungry Lions skipper Mokutlane. Bata and Munyane getting each other's way. Bata still almost able to squeeze it through. Here's Masisi. Pounced upon here by Mayela. A chance to increase their lead before the break. Oh, he said it so well, did Masisi, with Bata ready to pull the trigger. Gamede. This ball out from the back, a successful one. And the Pirates give the ball away once again, and as is probably the mandate, it's quickly hoisted upfield. It was very much 50-50. Malusi Buthelezi challenging with Raymond Daniels.
For me, it's the ability to get the ball behind Pirates defense. That looks very dangerous. Got to the ball first. I didn't think that was a foul at all. But the danger signs are there, that the strength from this right-hand side to get the ball behind Pirates defense, they just need to deal with that. Talking to Toki, talking to Sibisi.
Done by Glenn Mikes, who's been kept on the bench for most of the league season by Mutubedi. Last season, Mikes was very much the number one at Hungry Lions. Gamede. One last opportunity perhaps for the visitors. Ball goes in first time. And Malusi Buthelezi holds on.
I like what the coach, Mr. Baki, said. Basi, say they're out here to enjoy themselves, to showcase their abilities. It's a moment that they've been waiting for. And Mama, who said, may her soul rest in peace, when are you going to play Orlando Pirates? And that opportunity has arrived.
Well, they found us. Stefanos Bassi, Henry's uncle, created this club back in 1980. He's very fond of Orlando Pirates, and you can see a lot of the Hungry Lions aesthetic is modelled around the Buccaneers. Henry Bassi himself is a Chiefs fan. So the whistle's still not gone. And we've played 7 minutes of additional time here at the end of the first half.
It's true. They say dream it and live it.
And there it is. The whistle to signal the end of this opening period here in the second round of the Nedbank Cup. An unfortunate own goal from Morena Morahengu, who has been otherwise exceptional today. Came off his knee and flew past Glenn Bakes. Orlando Pirates, I guess, needed the help because really haven't posed too much of a threat to the goal of Hungry Lions. Talenta Bata, a first half sub after rather worrying scenes on the pitch. Makatleni Makaula needing to receive medical assistance and oxygen, and we'll update you on that as soon as we can. But as far as the football is concerned, it is the Buccaneers who have a slender advantage. It's 1-0, but it has been very, very competitive. And the visitors, Hungry Lions, certainly came here to cause the upset.
Well, as Orlando Pirates go into the tunnel in the lead here in this Nedbank Cup clash, I know what's weighing heavily on the minds of the fans as well as the players is what is happening with their teammate. Well, the update is a good one for Mahaula. He is communicating. He just had pain on the lower right-hand side of his stomach. It really was just major pain there, but he's communicating, he's lucid, and he's getting medical attention. So he is conscious and everything is getting taken care of. For those that are concerned, he's okay. And that's exactly what the players are going to be told now as they go into the break. So that's the update here from the Orlando Stadium. In the second half, it will be Hungry Lions who will be searching for a way back into this encounter.
The PSL presents the 2024 Nedbank Cup for all of us. 16 DSTV Premiership sides, 8 National First Division clubs, and 8 from SAFA's regional leagues, engaged in all-out electrifying knockout action. The Nedbank Cup, Yona Kiona Yaruna.